Well, good afternoon everyone. Welcome to Bland County Survivorman. Thanks for watching. Hey, I've had a lot of comments and questions about the hair-on tan. And I haven't really answered them, I guess, to the way people like them. So I'm going to answer that question in this video when I skin out this coyote right here and do a hair-on tan with it. So I'm going to go ahead and skin it. The way I always hang mine up is I take a snare cable. I just took one leg in that snare cable and I'll do my skinning out here. So I'll go ahead and skin this thing out. I'll save you guys all the yucky details of the skinning, and then we'll get into a little bit of the fleshing of it and the making sure that we don't go to the root hairs so we lose the hair out of the skin. Okay guys, here we are. Let this old coyote skin out. It's a pretty nice coyote skin. I do say so myself. What do you think? Big coyote. Okay, the next step, let's take it outside and get all the flesh off of it so that we can put our tannin solution on it. So I'll take it outside and flesh it. Okay guys, I took this thing out to the fleshing board and done some of that initial big fleshing. Since I'm going to make a wall mount skin out of this, I want to make sure that I do a real good job on this fleshing. So I always bring them in, nail them up to the wall. As you can see, I'm getting some pretty good flesh off of that thing. So you can just take an old spoon. That'll help you separate that flesh from the hide. I'll tell you right now, this wasn't a poor old coyote. This coyote right here was really fat, had a lot of fat on it. You can see all that fat right there where I'm scraping. Now this right here is what you want your skin to look like when you're done. You got to get all this red stuff off, all the flesh off of it, because if you don't, that'll just turn hard and will not tan. So you just have to work at it like I'm doing right here. Also, you can purchase yourself one of these little tools right here. They work really good. You can just come right down that skin, get a hold of that hide or the flesh that's on there and just pull it. See how it cuts it away from the skin. Okay, another thing I do is I take borax, and I've got some right there left over laying in the floor. You can see it there. I take borax and put it on that skin while I'm doing that, and that sort of acts like sandpaper. And I can grab a hold of a piece of it that I've cut loose. It doesn't slip out of my fingers. So make sure you do a good job fleshing, because that's what's going to make you a good tan skin with the hair on. Also, be sure when you're looking at your hide when you're doing it and scraping it, if you start seeing the root hair sticking through the front of your hide, that patch is going to come off on the other side. So be careful and don't scrape down to the root hairs. Okay guys, on this coat skin here, we're going to use the brains. You can see I've already extracted them out of the skull. Right here I've got a little bit of warm water. What we're going to do is just going to take them brains and we're going to put them in that warm water. Then we'll just take us a stick and we'll stir them up. And we'll mix them all up into that water right there. Make sure we get a good mix. Then we'll take them in there and put them on the hide, and I'll show you that process. Okay fellas, we're out in the field. We're not in the wood. We're going to pretend we're out in the field. We're going to take the brains of the coyote and we're going to tan the hide with it. So we're out there in the field and we had to use the brains. So here's what we do. Coat. It's doing a pretty good job too. There should be enough brains in that coyote to tan his skin. You see him, ain't nothing but fats and proteins is all a brain is. Actually good to eat. I've never eat a coyote's brain, but I guess if I had to, I'd eat one. Anyway, let's take that brain. You notice I'm using a rag right here because that's just convenient. If you was out in the woods though, you'd probably have this laying down on the ground or something. So just rub it right in. Okay, we've got the brains rubbed in there. Now, guys, when you're out in the field and you're going to turn this into a soft, usable skin, like to make you, something to wear, you'll want to go ahead and go straight from this process right on to the softening process. In other words, don't let this skin get stiff on you. Keep working it and working it and working it until it's the texture that you want it. And just keep working the brains, and as it dries, keep softening. And using, if there was some fat on this coyote, you can actually use that fat on that coyote skin to make that coyote skin softer. I'm going to make a wall mount out of this, so I'm just going to let this one dry. But if you're out there in the wild and you're going to use this thing for a real soft texture like buckskin, go right on through this process and do not let this skin get dry. Guys, I hope you learned something here. I appreciate you watching my videos, and that's another tip from your Bland County Survivorman. Have a nice day.